Hello, Namaskar, and a very good evening to all the viewers watching NCRT's live interactive session. This is Simran Singh, and you have all connected with us through eVidya channel number 6 to 12. And viewers, you can also watch this live interactive session through our YouTube channel. That you all know, it is NCRT official. So it's around 5 p.m. on your watch, and regularly, that is from Monday to Friday, we conduct our special segments of Sahyog program for all of you for half an hour, that is from 5 till 5:30 p.m. And let me apprise you that Sahyog and Paricharcha, they are very special sessions under a special initiative by the Ministry of Education, that is MANODARPAN, as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. And also viewers, we are bringing the special sessions to all of you to provide guidance and mental well-being for all the individuals, all the students who have been connecting with the various sessions of Sahyog and Paricharcha. This particular Sahyog session, we will be discussing about self-organization for overall well-being. So viewers, we all know that we try and organize a lot of things around us, but when it comes to self, somehow we lack, maybe due to number of reasons, but it is important to control our own behavior in order to excel and also to develop certain skills that are important for the well-being of the individual. So providing us more insights into the conversation, we are also joined by two experts. I will be introducing you to the two speakers, but before that, here is an important piece of information regarding G20 presidency for all of you. We are proud of the fact that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in this year, that's 2023. The nation is deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism. India's G20 presidency is a watershed moment in her history as it seeks to play a very important role by finding global pragmatic solutions for the well-being of everyone, and in doing so, manifesting the true spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, or should I say, the world is one family. So let me introduce you to the two speakers for today's conversation. Here we are joined with Mr. Akhileshwar Mishra sir, DMS, RI, Bhubaneswar. Namaskar sir, we welcome you.
Viewers.
Then viewers, we also have a practicing counselor with us, Mrs. Ranita Karmakar ma'am. Namaskar ma'am.
Namaste. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. And viewers, in this live session, if you have any of the queries, then feel free to connect with us at this contact number that is flashing on your screens. So you can give us a call at 8800440559, and you can also reach out to us through the specific mail ID of Sahyog, that is sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. So let's begin our conversation on self-organization. So as we are discussing at length about self-organization for the overall well-being of an individual, so let's understand this concept in the first place, and for that I would request Akhileshwar sir to please highlight what actually self-organization is.
Hello everyone. In fact, self-organization is a process as well as a skill. And this skill is required for each one of us to be at the poise point in terms of our physical health, in terms of our intellectual health, mental health, in terms of our emotional health, and then striking a balance of our all three healths with the health of society around. So there are a lot of our physical health, and if we do not have a proper physical health, our other areas are also affected. So all domains can be at equilibrium if we are conscious about this, and that being conscious is the first step of acquiring the skill of self-organization. Then coming to emotional self. Emotional self is something that basically drives every individual to certain action, because all the actions are consequence of what are the thought process going on inside. And emotional what we can call as emotional management. Basically, we don't have to manage emotions, we have to manage ourselves with respect to the emotions. We have to manage time in such a way that our planning suits with the time. Time is 24 hours a day. So the time management is a misnomer. Basically, it is self-management. When we are organizing ourselves properly, then we can lead to a peaceful, harmonious existence of ourselves in proper harmony of physical health, proper harmony of mental health, proper harmony of social health and emotional health. Unless these four are stuck in a balance, we will not be able to and excellence does not mean only going high in terms of financial strata or in terms of fame or in terms of scores for students or in terms of performance in the sports. It's a holistic term. So when we are properly organized, the effect of that will be seen all around. So to begin with, this is how we have to understand what the self-organization is. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for explaining it so simply to our viewers what सेल्फ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मीन्स. तो दर्शकों, जब हम सेल्फ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यानी स्वयं को नियंत्रित करने की बात करते हैं, तो ये भी समझना ज़रूरी है कि क्या ऐसी कुछ टेक्निक्स हैं, ऐसे कुछ स्ट्रैटेजीज़ हैं जिनके माध्यम से हम अपने आप को ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हैं. ये जानकारी हमारे साथ साझा कर रही हैं रानिता मैम.
हाँ जी. So since my viewers are mostly youth, I would like to focus on one question first, that right now, what are your priorities of life? As sir rightly said, that only if you are organized, then we can expect excellence, means well-being in our life. So in order to go or reach that destination, what are the processes? But before we reach the destination, this is one question I put forward before you, that what are the priorities of a student's life? So you can see on the screen I've written 3 C's. The first one, all the children, all the students are bothered about their curricular performance. Even the parents and the teachers are bothered. The second C, the care for self. How am I managing my time? And how am I taking care of myself? Am I able to give my best in every domain of my life? And the last one, the long-term one, is career, care for future. So these are the 3 priorities of your life. And therefore, it is very important that you organize yourself at the right time so that you can benefit from it. Now the next question goes for, right now, what are the 3 challenges you are facing? So for this comes the 3 T's. Challenges, first one, because you are involved with so many activities, it becomes difficult to manage your time. You have so many activities that you do not know which one to do, which one to leave, when to do what. And the last one is tackling how to tackle pressure of academics, pressure of parents, pressure of friends, peer pressure. So these 3 are the 3 T's or the challenges that you all are facing. Now we know that the challenges and the priorities are like equal and opposite. They always want to pull each other and win. So what we need to do is, we need to strike a balance. You as a youth, as students, really find it very difficult how to face and overcome these challenges. So we need to strike a balance. We plan every day, you must be planning every day, but see what happens. Generally, this happens. What you plan, but what actually happens. So this happens when we are not self-organized. So I'm going to share a few tips, a few power that we need to possess in order to be organized in our life. So the self-organization process will actually lead to improve your productivity. You have to remember that you are engaged in so many things. Wherever you are engaged in, wherever you're putting in your effort, you should give or have high productivity. Your productivity should improve every time. That's where self-organization comes into being. So the first power is power of nurturing. As sir rightly said, you have to think about it. in order to be self-organized. What happens when you grow a plant? You take care of the plant, you provide water to the plant, you see that the plant is growing and the plant grows, blooms. Who becomes an expert in gaming, online gaming? How do you become an expert in online gaming? By playing it every day. How do you become good in instrumentals? By practicing it every day. How does a dancer become good in dance? By doing riyaz every day. So what you want to make strong, you need to nurture that every day. Nurturing means doing it again and again and again and putting in more effort. So the first power is power of nurturing. The second power is the power of visualizing. If you want to achieve something, you have to first think in your brain. You have to train your brain. For example, you want to travel somewhere. What do? We first plan. We think that we are going to this place to visit. Then we book the ticket, then we board the train. That means you have to begin with an end in mind. You have to realize where you will go and then you have to start. So if you want to achieve something, if you want to be organized, you have to first visualize that yes, I will be able to do that. With that, you will be able to train your brain. The next comes, how do we visualize things? Now, many students have asked me before also in my school, like, how do we visualize things? First of all, you have to think that you will work and you will win. I will start organizing myself and I will be successful in organizing it. For that, what can be done? You have to tell yourself every time that yes, I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to succeed. The path in which I am stepping in, I'll be able to complete it. See on the screen it is written, your I can is more important than your IQ. That positive affirmation is very, very important. It is also at the same time important that you keep few things with you. For example, some ritual, some diary, something which will remind you every time that you have to be organized, you have to do this, you are going to follow this, you are going to nurture this. For this, you need to keep yourself reminded. For this, you need to carry a few things which will remind you again and again your aim. You can keep a vision board at your home where you can keep good quotes so that it can remind you again and again that you are supposed to achieve this every day, every now and then. Whenever you see the visual board, it will tell you to go in that same path. You will not get distracted. And imagine that when you are trying to achieve something, obviously there will be various obstacles coming in your pathway. But visualize that you are able to overcome those obstacles and you will reach your destination. The third power that I'm talking about is the self-connection. Being a teenager, being a youth, we are generally connected to others more than ourselves. I always say that invest in yourself so that your productivity increases. Wherever you invest, there is benefit. If you invest in others, others will benefit, not you. So first build a connection with yourself. Be proactive. You start taking initiative. Encourage self-talk. Talk to yourselves. What am I doing? How am I going to do? What should I or how should I begin with? And self-assessment is also very important, where you analyze what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. So connection and journey should be always within than going around the world and seeking validation from various friends. The next is the power of pain. Always remember, children, that there are two types of pain that we can go through. We will go through any one, either a pain of regret or the pain of consistency. Whenever you want to achieve something, there is a lot of obstacle that you're going to face. There's a lot of pain that is involved in it, but when you go through that pain, especially the pain of consistency, which you are doing every day, your little bit, your effort is put in every day, only that will lead to success later on. if you do not follow the pain of consistency, if you are not ready to suffer the pain, the power of the pain, then later on you may have to face the power of pain through regret. You may that time think, I wish I could have been more organized. I wish I could have done my work on time. I wish I could have finished my portion on time before the test schedule was given. But I could not do because I did not maintain that consistency in my life. So these are the power of pain. Next is power of management. People go for MBA, but you learn management in your everyday life. The first one that you see is the study skills. How do you manage your studies? How do you manage stress, or the stress manages you? And how do you manage your time? These are three domains of management that you learn while you are growing up and while you are going to school. Those who learn mastering or managing study skills, stress and time, they do excellent in their life later on when they move out of the school. So I will just focus on a few things on the study skills. The first one, study skills. What do you see? What is on the screen is that the place of study, the rhythm or the pattern, and the organized notes, the food you eat, all are involved in study skills. The first one is the pattern of rhythm. When you start organizing yourself, you have to remember that our body is used to a routine, a rhythm. For example, you sit to study every day at a particular time. You get up every day at a particular time. You have breakfast every day at a particular time. Not that today I wish to have breakfast at 8 o'clock, tomorrow I will have at 10 o'clock. Today I want to have dinner at 8 p.m., next day I will have at 11 p.m. Your body always works best when it is in rhythm. Where you sit to study matters a lot, because today you're sitting on the sofa, the next day you're sitting on the bed, the next day you're sitting on the dining table. Every day your body and your mind is actually trying to adjust to the environment but not able to adjust because it is always a new place. Suppose you're following a pattern and rhythm, you have a place to study but your notes are not organized. When you sit to study history, you see that your history notebook is not with you. History notes are not with you, then again you waste your time. And the food you eat and the sleep pattern that you follow, that also is very important, because good food, nutritious food gives you more energy to increase your productivity. The next one you see is you cannot sit for long hours. So it is very important you take power breaks so that you can come back with the same energy and again start your next study session. And you will see that there are various ways that different people memorize. One person cannot accept all the skills, or he or she cannot follow all the rules that other people are following in the class. I may learn in a different way, you may learn in a different way. I may learn just by studying the text, you may learn by watching the YouTube videos. So you have to understand, how do you learn things, how do you memorize things, how can you concentrate, and what are the activities that can keep you concentrated. Stress is a word, after study skills, stress. Stress is a word which is, actually giving stress to us in every field. You tell me any field, any successful person, anyone who is doing very good has achieved something without undergoing stress. We cannot ignore the fact that whichever path you follow, there will be stress. You cannot remove stress. The only way to handle stress is go through it. But how do we go through it? By strategic planning, by time management, by reviewing whether I am doing it correct or not and changing it, by excluding useless things in our life, by prioritizing things that these are important and these are not important, so I will not do this. Today, if I have to think that I have to go for a birthday party and tomorrow I have to submit a project and then I have to complete my homework, I have to prioritize that I have to forego the birthday party. That is excluding useless things. You have to learn to do that. Sharpen the saw that I am ready to go through that pain and I will achieve this. And use a stress buster activity. What gives you solace? What gives you peace? Am I getting peace by drawing just at the end of the day? When I feel bad or down, can I just listen to music and then again come back with a bang? These are the things which can help you to manage your stress. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that detailed explanation on the different techniques that we all can use in order to inculcate the self-organization skills. And viewers, when we discuss about the organization skills, especially in the young students and adolescents or even in the children in their budding ages, so our teachers, our parents, the guardians, they play a very important role in inculcating these skills within us right from the beginning. So, discussing at length about the role of parents and teachers in inculcating the skill of organization within ourselves. For that, I'll request Akhileshwar sir to share more and reflect more on this aspect.
Thank you, Simran. Well, the role of school, teachers, and parents is of paramount importance. It is parents and school together can ensure physical well-being of the students. Parents by providing them nutritious, timely, and sufficient quantity of food. School can ensure about the awareness in the students about the physical well-being, and physical well-being encompasses so many things. In addition to having a proper nutrition, certain amount of workout which schools also ensure to some extent, and then awareness in the students about having some compulsory workout as important as academic or co-academic assignments. So if that skill is nurtured in the students of keeping themselves fit, agile, and always with a very positive esteem about self, that will be one of the basic pillars of self-organization. Secondly, talking about the emotional management. We all know, in fact all of us right from birth till death, we do go through certain emotional turbulences, but the age in which the students are there, in particular those who are from 13, 14 to 18, 19 years, that is basically the time of real hurricane and tornadoes taking place in terms of emotions. And it is first parents who have to sensitize students to confide all kind of problems that they are having, the students are having, their children are having. It is the teachers who have to give that faith to the students that whatever kind of emotional turbulences you are going through, you can come, confide, will try to help you, and also the peer group. So there has to be a mechanism of organization of emotional self of the student, within the student as well as outside. So outside role is essentially played by school, by teachers, by peers, and at home by the parents in particular, and then the family. We have to see that those kind of turbulences do not become challenges, but they become an opportunity. We have to channelize those kind of disturbances so that they turn out to be energy sources. And it's quite doable. When we tell them you have to bust your stress, go for any one of the techniques, what Ma'am Ranita was talking about, go for any one of the techniques. You find a corner in the house, you may call it a stress busting corner, where you go and you paint, where you go, where you write, where you go and sing, when you go and have some punches on the punch box. So you spend your energy in the fashion that suits, so that you release it, and then finally get into habit of writing with what you entered. That is the kind of entry ticket. And then when you are coming out, how do you feel? You write on that. Go through this particular exercise of emotional management, and you find that you yourself as a student are able to understand the entire phenomenon, what is going on. And then you also develop your own technique There are so many techniques, but these are the techniques which are very indigenous techniques that work all around. Then coming to social problems. There are times when the students at this age very rightly have, and that is their right also, to question the things, to question the prevailing practices, to question the very much societal order that they face and they are not convinced with, to question everything in and around the society, in the community, in the world. And that can only happen when teachers come to the real rescue. They sit with them, make them have a dialogue, explain them, and then let them logically decide whether they have to really question further or they have to accept it. Because out of that system of accepting the things in name of being disciplined and obedience, because that only develops a kind of slave mindset. We want the children to be critical children, critical thinking children. We want the children to be children who can reflect upon things. And for that, we as a school, as teachers, even counselors play a big role in this, and the entire family background from where they are coming. Parents have got great role to play. And then these are three segments separately, but then the most important is how to coordinate all these. For coordinating all these, the techniques that was mentioned by Ma'am Ranita is quite useful, and then reviewing that continuously, because we have to make them understand there is nothing that happens by fluke. Everything is done and then everything is reaped. Whatever we sow, we reap. So if they are able to gradually, it will not happen overnight. If they are able to gradually inculcate the habit in them, in the due guidance of, with due cooperation and support of the parents, and continuous monitoring of entire thing case by the counselors of the school, I think they'll be able to have better organization. And it's very clear that success doesn't come following any other route but a self-organized person, self-organized set of efforts that result into the desired fruits. Also, in the personal life, the happiness, which is the ultimate aim of all of us, be it children or for the teachers or everybody, because we find these days happiness index is going very low. We need to convert stress into pleasurable experiences. That can only happen when we give the task to the students for which they have got a passion. It's a time for us, the entire system also, to see, rather than those students following what we do, let's try to create what they want and what they are capable of. With these notes, thank you, Simran. Thank you, viewers.
Thank you so much for explaining in depth to all our viewers about the need to reflect and the need to question, which brings us back to self-reflection or self-organization. And let's also discuss about the benefits of self-organization in the future ahead, especially for our students. And Ranita ma'am, we would like to take the answer from you, but due to paucity of time, I'll have to request you to please make it brief.
Yeah. First of all, that's why I kept the points on the screen. If you just go through children, you will understand what are the benefits of inculcating organization skill. At your age, you will always bother about how to submit my project, how to submit my assignments. I have my exam coming up. How do I finish my portion? So everything will be taken care of when you are self-organized. Now in future, how your organization skills at present can help you in future, I want to focus on that. For this, I want you to remember the big 5 points. You remember that if you are organized today, you learn how to go through hard way.
Ma'am, you are sharing certain important details with our viewers, but we are not left by much time. So within 2 to 3 lines.
I have the 5 points only.
Yes, I'll request you to conclude.
Okay, so first of all, you will be able to handle stress in your life in future. You will be a high performer wherever you enter, in whichever career you go to. When you are high performer, you will be growing in your career, you will have good growth in the career. When you are growing in the career, you are able to handle stress, you will be able to strike a balance between work and your personal life. And as sir told, the happiness quotient is going down. When you handle these things, you will be highly satisfied in life, highly contented, and will be happy. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, ma'am. And I'm pretty sure that all the viewers watching this session, they will take a note of the important concepts, aspects, and areas that have been highlighted by both our speakers. A vote of thanks to Mr. Akhileshwar Mishra, sir, and thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Ranita, ma'am, for being a
Thank you.
part of this conversation and enlightening us. Thank you to all the viewers for being a part of this particular Sahyog session, and a vote of thanks to all the experts who have been throughout the day with different sessions and providing us immense and important details. So viewers, now it's time to wrap up this particular live session for all of you, and before doing that, here is an important piece of information regarding the availability of NCERT textbooks for all of you. So NCERT textbooks for the academic year 2023 to 2024, they are available all across the country, and you may purchase these textbooks directly from the different sales counters of NCERT that are currently located at New Delhi, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Kolkata and Guwahati. Also, if you would like to place an order online for NCERT textbooks, then it can be done through the website that is flashing on your screens. It is www.ncertbooks.ncert.gov.in, and also if you would like to download the soft copy or the PDF version of NCERT textbooks, then it can be done through Diksha platform, ePathshala website and NCERT's official mobile application. In order to explore more about authorized vendors, feel free to explore the website of NCERT, that is www.ncert.nic.in. Once again, thanking all of you for being a part of this particular Sahyog session and also staying connected with us throughout the day for different live interactive sessions. And I hope you have enjoyed the day with the different live interactive sessions conducted by CIET NCERT. Take very good care of yourself. Namaskar.